Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and you're watching some more MLB 14. This is Road to the Show with another character. This is a pitcher. This is Chester Adams, and this character is named after my grandfather, Chester, and a cousin of mine, like a second or third cousin, who played Major League Baseball with the Astros. And actually, he played with the Astros, Angels, and the Giants in the 80s. He had a very short career, but he had a career in Major League Baseball. He was a second baseman. And so I decided to go ahead and create this character. And the pitching style is Jake Peavy, just because I've been a big fan of Jake Peavy since he was a Padre. And so this is, I didn't want to show you guys a showcase because the showcase is boring. So just so you guys can know the particulars about this particular character, what I did is I did the showcase, and then I did 4 years of college, did the showcase again, and then I got drafted by the Yankees of all teams. And I'm not all that thrilled about being drafted by the Yankees because I'm not a big fan of the Yankees, and so to get drafted by the Yankees was kind of like a slap. It was like a slap in the face. My apologies, Yankees fans. It's just that I've just never been a fan of the Yankees. You know, just that's the way it goes. But you know, for better or worse, I am playing for the Yankees organization, and so this is, I wanted to show you guys. I'm just chopping this up, and I think this is how I'll do pitching videos from here on out. Is instead of showing the whole game, I'll go ahead and show some highlights and lowlights, because there have been lowlights already in this character's very young career, short career so far. This, however, was a highlight, and so you saw me get through that first inning 1-2-3, and it was nice. And I was shooting for my very first strikeout, because there's certain things you want to start off on the right foot whenever you start a career, or you start like a game, but in this case we're starting a career, and you always want to start out on the right foot. And boom, right there we got our first strikeout in the second inning. So the first inning, we got the 1-2-3, and we got our first strikeout. And then the great thing about this, and this is just the way baseball goes, sometimes like you get your butt kicked, other times things just totally roll your way. And that's what happened in this game. Like, that first strikeout set into motion a series of strikeouts, and it was a lot of fun, to be honest. And it's one of those things, like I was just saying, it's nice to set things in motion and to start off on such a positive foot, because it seems like a lot of times, it seems like, at least in this game, you can start off and you just start off on a really bad foot, and then you have to work your way up to, you know, having success. And so it's kind of nice to come in and kind of have success right off the bat. The problem with instant success is that inevitably what happens is there's a downfall. So you either get your downfall at the first part. It's not really a downfall, but if you start out shitty in a bad position, then you usually build up to something good. But if you start out good, you always have a downfall, and there will always be a time where you just suddenly just suck. So at this point in the game, there was I was feeling very confident. I was very confident in my pitcher. I was very confident in his ability to control his pitches. And so even though I had fallen behind 3-0, I came back with 2 fastballs to get a 3-2 count. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to throw an off-speed pitch. And then I dirted that curveball, and didn't really matter because he gets wiped off the bases right here, getting caught stealing. But at that point, I hadn't realized that I was pitching a no-hitter, and at that point, going into the 4th inning, I had pitched a perfect game. And so I actually skipped the 5th inning because it was a quick, like, 1-2-3, like 2 groundouts and a flyout. But anyways, it wasn't until later on in the game that Matt Vescursion, oh, check me out, look at this, fielding my position like a boss. But Matt Vescursion had alluded to the fact that I was pitching a gem, basically. And I had a no-hitter going into, the later innings. And so right there, when he said, keep him out of the hit column, I was like, wait, what? Because I wasn't paying attention. I was so involved in the game that I didn't know that I had something special going on. And the crazy thing about this game, and if you pitched in this any version of the show, you'll know eventually what happens is somebody gets a hit, and that's just kind of the way it goes in real life as well. Like, you might be pitching a gem and someone will get that hit. But for me, that that didn't happen, like in at least not until later on in the game. So I got a strikeout, and I finished 8. And I was like, holy shit, I've got a no-hitter going into the 9th. And I'm going to show you guys the complete 9th inning, because there's nothing more exhilarating than having something like a no-hitter going into the 9th inning. You know, my character's tired. This is his very first professional start. And here we are pitching, you know, something that is, I don't know how many people have pitched a no-hitter in their very first start. I mean, like, we're talking real life here. But then again, I mean, we're looking at, you know, if you think about it in reality, this pitcher would have pitched through low A ball, like rookie A ball to get to double A. So it's not really his first start in the real world. But in this game, this is your first professional start. And here I am in the 9th inning pitching a no-hitter. And I'm just like, what? So just to kind of go back and sort of reiterate what I was talking about, it's really nice getting games, even if something were to happen, even if someone were to get a base hit, I pitch a one-hitter. That's no big deal. That's still a one-hitter. It's still commendable. It's admirable, or not admirable, but it's commendable. You know, they pitch a one-hitter, struck out. I think I struck out like 10 so far. But the thing was great though. It's just like there was something, I got locked into something, and those are the exciting games that you have. And hopefully you guys have experienced that as well. Pitching is a little difficult. I'll be the first to admit that pitching is pretty difficult in the show series. So that's pretty much why I'm so jacked on this particular game, because this doesn't happen all that often for me. Like, I don't think I've ever pitched a no-hitter before. I've never pitched a perfect game. I don't know if you guys in the comment section, if you pitched a perfect game, let me know. But this right here is actually the best pitching performance that I have had in my show series, like, ever. Like, you know, I'll go out and maybe I'll strike out 14 guys or whatever, but you give up, you know, a handful of hits. You know, people, I think, for the most part, will look at like a shutout, a no-hit shutout in a higher regard, and here it is, ground ball to second base, and boom, right here, I got myself a no-hit shutout, and I was one mistake away from a perfect game. That one walk is what killed the perfect game for me. Other than that, I mean, it was an amazing performance, and I was pretty damn stoked to have it. And so in the comment section, like I said, let me know, like, what is your best pitching performance? Have you pitched a perfect game? You know, have you pitched a no-hitter? You know, like, what's the most amount of strikeouts you've ever gotten in a single game? Because I think I've gotten like 15. It's probably the most that I've ever gotten in a game before. But it was not as thrilling as this. This actually got me, like, my heart was racing going into the 9th inning. I got really nervous. So, anyways, guys, just want to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comment section.